Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Activities for People Living at Home with Dementia. My name is Martha Brown, and I am your volunteer with Dementia Friendly Fort Worth. We are proud to offer this series with funding from the Area Agency on Aging and the United Way of Tarrant County. These programs are recorded and are made available for viewing through a YouTube channel for future use. I am your host for today's activities. Our topic today is brought to you by Gail Snider, who is showing us cookie conversations in her own kitchen. Gail,
Yay.
take it away.
Great. Martha, thank you so much. Let me first share my screen and show you the recipe we're working with today. All right. So I had Martha make some suggestions, and you all have chosen cookies and cream sandwiches.
Yay.
So as we have learned that it's always good to test out a recipe before you're going to demonstrate, and I'm so glad that I did. This recipe had some complications. So when I got everything into the recipe, the dough would not stick together.
Oh, no.
Oh, Mo.
So I had to add some more butter. Good morning, Nancy. I just saw you arrived.
Morning, Nancy.
We're glad you're here. So I didn't leave that recipe up very long. Let me put that up again. So the recipe calls for 1 stick of unsalted butter at room temperature. And I was doing a double batch, and we're actually going to do a double batch today. So I added an extra 2 tablespoons per recipe to get it to stick together.
Okay.
It has 2/3 cup of confectioner's sugar, a cup of flour, a 1/2 cup of unsweetened cocoa powder, and an optional ingredient is the cinnamon, and we are leaving the cinnamon out so that Paulette can enjoy this recipe.
Oh, that is so sweet. Thank you. Oh, this is the high spot of my day.
And then
that's so kind, so sweet, so lovely. Thank you so much.
And then the filling is semi-sweet chocolate, but I actually used dark chocolate.
Ooh, yeah.
And heavy cream.
Yum.
To be cooked and cooled. And so
Mm.
I've already started that process. So let's get on to our recipe. And first we're going to take 2 sticks of butter, which I've already softened, and add that to the mixer. So it's nice and soft, so it'll start to mix together real easily. And the interesting thing about this recipe, did anybody notice a missing ingredient when I read off the list?
Sugar.
Well, it has confectioner's sugar.
Well, yeah, okay.
No eggs,
No
No
eggs.
no binder.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, which was one of the problems with getting it to make into a dough. And then we're going to need 2/3 of a cup of confectioner's sugar. And remember, we're doubling the recipe. So that's the first 2/3. And here's the second 2/3. Now, we're going to mix this together. And to avoid making a mess, I found a trick.
Oh, very nice.
Smart tip.
She's just hiding it. She doesn't want us to see what's happening yet.
Pay no attention to what goes on behind the
Yeah,
screen.
that's right.
I just don't want to sling powdered sugar everywhere.
Okay.
I understand. I'm just giving you a bad time,
Yeah.
Gail.
Gail, we were all just saying that we love dark chocolate, so that's a home run already.
Yeah.
Well, that's why I went with the dark chocolate, because I remembered that was everyone's favorite.
And it's good for our hearts.
Absolutely.
Okay,
Yeah.
now, don't let me forget, I've only done what the recipe called for. I haven't added the extra butter yet, because I want you to see what happened last night if the same thing happens again.
Okay.
Now we need the flour, and it actually calls for a cup of flour, and it says to sift that into the dough. So we're actually going to put our flour in our sifter. And we're doubling this.
That's a good sifter that it falls right through.
Well, I'm going to have to turn the handle a little bit to get it all to go down there,
But it's pretty too.
Yeah.
all right. So now we've got our 2 cups of flour. I don't think it's quite as necessary to sift flour as it used to be, because I think they grind it so much finer than they used to. Okay. And then we also have to sift our cocoa powder into that. And it calls for a 1/2 cup for each recipe. And I told you I used dark chocolate. So if you can see, this says special dark, and
Mhm.
how much darker it is than regular
Yes.
cocoa.
Yes. Uh-huh.
So how much of that do you put in again, Gail?
A 1/2 cup for each recipe.
Okay. Okay.
Actually putting in a whole cup.
Yeah.
Smells very chocolatey.
I imagine so.
Mm-hmm. Today we need smell-o-vision.
Mm-hmm.
Television. There you go. All right. Now we're going to sift that cocoa into the flour. So based on the fact that this recipe does not have egg, can anybody think about what the texture of this cookie might be like? On that?
It wouldn't be as fluffy, I don't think.
Okay.
That's a guess.
That's a good guess. Nancy, what do you think? What do you think the texture of this cookie is going to be like?
More crunchier.
More crunchy?
Sorry. More crunchy is not proper English. I'm sorry. But crunchier.
Either way is correct.
We know what we're talking about, right?
Okay, so I'm gonna use my new tool. So
High tech.
sling flour and cocoa everywhere.
You just need to make a real nice one and then you can market it.
That's a good idea.
You could actually make it a translucent one, something that you can see through,
Right?
and you put
Or
it
you
on
can still see
television,
what I'm doing.
and you could probably market it for on television for $19.95. No, wait, just wait. We're not done, more,
Get 3 for.
That's right. This probably postage and handling, which is more than the price of the product.
Right.
Anyway.
To market, to buy a good cookie, home again, whoopee, oh whoopee.
That's not how I heard that song, Paulette.
It's been revised. Revisionist theory.
So what is the answer about the eggs?
So it is a much drier cookie. It is not fluffy. And to me, it resembles the Hydrox or the Oreo cookie.
Cookies, yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to bring this over to the camera so you can see this a little better.
I didn't want to say Oreo because I didn't want to get in a trademark for. Then I'd have them coming after me.
Oh, no, we can't have that.
Oh, I'd win and I'd get all the Oreos I wanted for the rest of my life.
Would
All
you
right,
share?
so can you
I
see
share with
this?
all of you.
Can
Oh,
you see this?
Jim.
Very
Yes.
crumbly,
Uh-huh.
but it's not sticking together very good.
Yeah.
Was there something you wanted us to remind you of? Is this the appropriate time to remind you?
Yes, this is the appropriate time because as you can see, we can't put this in a ball and roll it up.
It looks more like a pie crust
Yeah.
Yes,
at this point. Yeah.
but it's even more crumbly than a pie crust
Wow.
Okay.
because it's just,
Yeah.
it's,
Yeah.
can you see?
Coffee
Yeah.
grounds.
It's just crumbles. Can you see that?
That's
Yes,
amazing.
uh-huh.
Yeah, it looks like dirt.
Oh, it looks like cookie crumbs.
Yeah.
It's not sticking together at all. So I'm going to grab a little more butter. And we're actually going to add 2 tablespoons per recipe. So we're going to put in 4 tablespoons of butter additional. And I'm going to soften this so that it will help it incorporate into the recipe.
Will this be more like a ginger snap then than a softer cookie would be?
More crispy than that.
Wow. Ooh.
Every dentist dream.
And we'll be able to show you that in just a few minutes.
Speaking of dentist dream, Don's wife is getting a crown repaired today. She has.
She's back.
Okay.
She'll be here in a minute.
Oh, she's back already?
Yeah. Our dentist is really good.
That's great. We all need someone that loves us.
Oh,
and
yeah.
does a good job.
Yeah. The problem is that the dentist office had major water pipe breakage during the cold thing. And so
Okay.
they only had one room open today for seeing customers. And then after Meyer there had to shut down because they had to take that room apart so they could finish doing the reconstruction. So
Okay.
unless you got in today.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
so I've mostly melted that additional butter and I'm going to add that in. And now it's starting to stick together.
I can hear it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can hear it bogging down a little bit.
It's squealing.
It's squealing. Well, that just could be because this mixer
No, it didn't squeal beforehand.
had it for. Okay. All right. So now you can see.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's much better.
It's making a dough now, and so before it didn't. So I already planned to make a note in this recipe book that you have to add additional
Okay.
butter. So you don't have the same problem the next time I make it.
Chocolate outside, chocolate
Mhm.
cream chocolate. Sorry.
So these are going to be very chocolatey. For those of you who have a glass of milk with your cookie, when my son tried them last night, he said, this cookie makes you need a glass of milk.
Welcome back, Myra.
Morning,
Thank
Mike.
you.
right. I have the dough. Can you
Yeah.
all see? Or I
Yep.
need to
Okay,
adjust my.
yeah, we can see it.
All right, so now we're gonna put this into a ball, and the liquid butter helped it a lot. And now I'm gonna put a piece of wax paper over it to roll this out. It is still dry enough that if you don't use the wax paper, it sticks to the rolling pin.
Okay,
And the recipe says to roll this out to 1/8 of an inch.
Does the recipe tell you to use wax paper, or is that your knowledge doing that?
It actually says to put it between 2 sheets of parchment paper.
Oh, good.
I'm sorry, here, Dave.
I think the cutter that I used is a little larger than the one they used because I didn't get as many out of my dough as they did.
I think that's good for us, that they're larger.
Yes. We are so grateful
The
that
large,
you love to cook.
you prefer the larger cookie over a small cookie?
Given the choice, I go with larger on this every time.
Even if that means you get fewer in quantity?
It doesn't matter. You get the same amount in the end.
Okay. All right, so now we have a nice flat round of dough. I've got to find my cutter.
Did you misplace it?
And to cut my circles, I'm actually using an antique biscuit
Yeah.
and dough.
yeah,
Oh,
It actually
yeah.
has the thing that goes into the center that you can remove when you make a donut.
Oh, yeah. My grandmother used to have something like that.
My grandmother did too.
Yes.
I'm looking to see.
Some of them had red handle, red.
yes, my mother's was like that. They had a red head.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, here it is. Here's the inside.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah.
Oh,
you just clip in and, yep,
Now
make
I
the
can make
donuts.
donuts.
Oh, yeah.
All right, but we don't need that for this. So I'm going to take it back out and we're going to cut these into circles and I'm going to put them as close together as I can so that we roll the dough as few times as possible. I think the birds think it's spring.
I think they do.
I hear the birds outside.
Yeah, I was out yesterday. I think I'm gonna have to mow my grass this week.
Oh, no.
The weeds are coming up and it's getting a little bit, all my neighbors are mowing their grass and I'm sure if I don't mow it, then the HOA is gonna eventually get to me.
Oh, no.
Peer pressure, right, Steve?
No, HOA, if you don't, like last year, we got cited because we had too many weeds in our yard.
Oh,
Oh,
man.
man.
Yeah,
they're evil. HOAs are evil.
yeah.
Do you hear the birds in from your own house, or are you hearing them off of my speaker?
No, I may be hearing them from your speaker.
Okay.
Okay, so now, oh, that one just broke. I'm gonna attempt to get these on the cookie sheet and it's so thin.
Oh,
I
Oh,
don't know if you
man,
can
it's
see
oh,
it.
yeah, yeah.
So this one tore in half.
Oh, no, the nerve.
So I'm actually using
Oh, I see that,
Spatula.
yes.
cookies. Oh, and it's tearing. This one's tearing too. I may have it a little too thin. Every single one of them is tearing. All right, hold on. Let's see. We'll try this another way. There we go.
Smart woman.
And again, I think that also has to do with there's not a lot to hold this dough together. And so it just wants to crumble again.
We are so grateful that you do this for us.
Yes, thank you,
Absolutely.
Gail.
Yes.
Get a lot.
And you know, I kind of see it this way too, that God is so pleased with your work for us that he won't let the calories count.
Ah, well, that's a plus. So last night when I started prepping, my family said, well, what are you making tonight? Or what are you cooking now? I said, I'm prepping for baking tomorrow. And they said, well, tomorrow's just Tuesday. We usually do it on Thursday. So,
They have to be flexible.
yeah. All right, we're almost ready to put these in the oven. And I've got the oven heated to 325. And it says it takes 15 minutes. But I only baked them about 12 because I was afraid it might burn them.
Yeah, skinny cookies.
Okay. So we're a little bit short on filling this, but we're going to work on that later. Because we're going to transition to the next part of the recipe. Move that out of the way. And we're going to take a trip across the kitchen.
Oh, they look good. Oh,
Don,
yeah.
give her some traveling music.
Into the oven. And we're going to set a timer for 12 minutes. And we're going to retrieve the ones that are ready.
Oh.
Yum.
Just like a professional.
That's the fun part of doing this. Getting to pretend like I really have a cooking show.
Well, you do have a cooking
As far as
show.
I'm concerned, you
I was
really
gonna
do.
say, you do
That's
it.
right. You do.
All right. Now, I need a platter, so I'll be right back.
Myra, are you A-okay?
I'm A-okay.
Good,
Step one completed.
good, good. I'm glad you have a good guy.
Yes. Gal,
Even better.
that's right.
I prefer mine. She's a gal too.
Yep.
I've had some guy dentists that I don't really care for. You know, they just don't
Yeah, so
have
have
the,
we.
Yep.
they don't have the how do you say, patient care. They don't take the details, you know.
Mhm.
They're just
Ours-
there to do the job and not talk about it, right?
Yeah. Well, sometimes they don't do a good job either.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Or just
I had one of those at least.
Yeah.
Okay,
We have-
so
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead, talk. I'm
oh
sorry.
no, that's okay. I mentioned to you that I had done the filling, and I was a little bit concerned about how stable this would be for mailing. So I also have another option, but this is the heavy cream and the chocolate squares, and I
Okay.
use dark chocolate again. And this is the filling that goes inside the cookie.
Okay.
What I learned when I went to spread this is that this cookie is so thin and crisp that you have to be very careful or the cookie just starts to break apart. So I'm trying to whip this up a little bit to soften the spread easier.
Is there anything you could put in to make it just a little bit thinner?
Well, the problem is if I do that,
No.
I'm afraid when you get them, chocolate will be everywhere.
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
Okay, so can you see how thin this
Yeah.
is?
Yeah.
Yes.
Gonna have chocolate everywhere.
So this is the side that was up, and this is the inside
Okay,
that was on the bottom of the cookie sheet. So we're gonna put the filling on that, and I'm gonna lay it on a flat surface to try to help prevent breaking it apart.
of course, if there's chocolate everywhere, you just take the package and you just put it over a bowl of ice cream and just dump it in,
There you go.
Right, right.
scrape it in.
A new
There's never a
bundle-
problem with chocolate everywhere.
No.
Never.
Never.
In fact, last night I had to go and, I think I had to go and wash my mustache off because I had a little bit of chocolate in my mustache from my ice cream.
So I've spread a thin layer. Can you all
Okay,
see that?
Yep.
yeah.
Yep.
Now I'm gonna put a top on the cookie.
Oh, looks good.
There we have our cookies and cream sandwiches.
Looks good.
So I'm gonna take another one, and add the filling, spreading gently, trying not to crumble the cookie.
These are truly made with love.
Oh, my God, yes. And
And
patience
these
and
are
kindness.
dark chocolate. So add our top, and now we have a second cookie. And
I
these
see that.
are probably about 2 inches in diameter,
Yep, looks good.
Yeah.
about the size of a biscuit or a donut. So now I'm going to show you my other option that I came up with. Okay, so to most people, cookies and cream ice cream, what does it look like?
Chocolate and vanilla.
Chocolate and vanilla. So I have made a vanilla buttercream frosting
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yum.
Oh, yummy.
Okay, okay.
and I made this with our vanilla paste.
Oh,
So it has all the little vanilla specks in the frosting. I don't know if you can see that from the camera.
Yep,
Mhm.
that's the
And I'm
best in the
gonna-
world.
I'm gonna fill the cookie with this, and in a moment, we are going to put some of it in a piping bag.
Oh, okay.
okay.
Now, this is vanilla filling
Mm-hmm.
with a few of the chocolate crumbles, and we're gonna put a top on that.
Okay.
Ooh, yum.
Okay. Now,
Hey,
another option that you could use with this cookie is if you have a biscuit cutter, you could put ice cream in
Oh, yeah.
the cutter
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
with some saran wrap. Put the saran wrap in, put in the ice cream, and then put the ice cream onto the cookie.
Cookie.
Yeah.
And the other
An
cookie on
ice
it.
cream sandwich.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep. Sounds good.
Okay?
I don't
So
think
I-
you can mail that.
No, but I think most of you, there might be 1 or 2 exceptions, have some vanilla ice cream in your freezer.
Hmm.
I know Steve does.
Yeah. Just
So
make
if
make a special agreement with Bluebell to deliver to each one of us.
That's
Yeah.
a good idea. So
Yeah,
I thought I could mail each of you 2 cookies with no filling, and you
okay,
can ice cream sandwich.
sure,
Okay.
Okay.
sounds good, yeah.
Okay, so
And even-
now,
Even if you don't have the cookie cutter, you can still form your ice cream and put it on the middle, put it
Yeah,
in the
there you
middle.
go.
Yeah,
just remember that the cookie needs to be on a flat surface,
right.
because if you try to hold it in your hand,
It's gonna go all over the place.
it's gonna crumble
Yeah,
everywhere.
okay,
So now another option with this frosting is we could add cocoa powder and make this chocolate frosting.
Oh, that's true.
So the recipe I use is actually a recipe for chocolate buttercream, but I
okay,
decided to wait until we talked today so that I can find out, would you prefer it to have vanilla or do you want it to have chocolate?
I like some vanilla.
You like
Put
some
vanilla
vanilla?
on half and
Vanilla.
put chocolate
Yeah.
on the other side. So you got a mixture there in your cookie.
So,
Got-
so I
Yeah.
thought I might do some of each.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Great, thank you. Because I'd be voting for chocolate.
So what I'm
Hey,
gonna
hey,
do,
Gail,
yes,
there's another thing you could do. If you want to celebrate St. Patrick's Day, you could put some green food coloring in your wood.
oh, that would be fun.
But that's just, I like going with chocolate, quite frankly.
Okay. So a lot of you want chocolate filling. So I'm going to take a little bit of this out. So we'll have some vanilla and we can make a few vanilla.
You are so kind to us.
Mhm.
And I don't think any of us would complain about any of them.
That's right.
No,
No.
We're just gracious recipients of your cooking.
yes.
Well, I thought it would be fun to talk about which way it would be better, because to me, cookies and cream, there's cream in this chocolate filling that we used, but the white frosting looks more like what you think cookies and cream would be.
Yeah.
Set that aside, and then we are going to add some cocoa powder to this. Let me get my recipe for that and see how much cocoa we need to add.
What is the name of that spice store that you talked about?
Pendry's.
Hendry's. Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Is that the one on 8th Avenue?
Yes.
How do you spell Pendry?
Pendry,
E,
I think.
Y.
Why? Pendry's. Okay, let's see.
If you ask Google, Google will spell it for you.
I think
Oh,
it's Pendry.
Thank you.
Okay, so it says for the full recipe, we would want 3/4 cup of cocoa powder, but I'm gonna start with 1/4 cup because I think that might be too much with what we have left. This recipe uses a lot of cocoa. All right. Now we're gonna add that powdered cocoa in. Mix that together.
Were you thinking about Pendry's for the vanilla paste?
Yes.
I ordered mine online from Amazon.
Oh,
And I'll also tell you that I found it at one of my local grocery stores and it was a little less expensive.
okay.
Okay.
Good to know.
Y'all are gonna like this. I can
Uh-huh.
already.
Well, for me, this is like being a child again and having mother cook in the kitchen and me watch. I just can't wait till she's done.
That's right.
Yeah. Yeah.
My mother never cooked like this though.
Yeah. But by this point, I probably rated the raw cookie dough a little bit before the bits makes the cookies.
my mother thought kitchen was a 4-letter word.
My mother was cooked in the kitchen because it was a necessity for her family, not because she enjoyed it. All right, do you all hear that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
The timer for the cookies, so let's go see how they look.
Mm-mm.
Yummy.
There we
Looks
have
good.
it. And the smell of
I can
chocolate
smell 'em.
permeates
I can
the
imagine.
room.
Oh, I'm gonna go sit under my mailbox and wait.
All right. Now let's go back over to where our frosting is ready to apply. And take a look at what that looks like.
Oh,
Yummy.
yeah.
So
Mhm.
now, this is our chocolate buttercream frosting.
Sold.
Sold. Okay. So to make this a little easier to apply, I'm going to add another step. So I'll be right back.
Seeing that beater reminds me of that old joke. A good mom let their child lick the beater. An excellent mom turned the mixer off before letting the child eat the beater.
Oh.
Oh, I licked a lot of beaters.
I still
Alive.
do.
Yep.
And we're all still alive.
Mhm.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right. So what we're going to do is we are actually going to put that frosting into a piping bag.
Excellent.
Those of you who are cooks, do you have a designated pair of scissors for the kitchen?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
do.
Yes.
So it's a constant challenge for me to keep other members of the family
Wait.
from using my kitchen scissors.
Is that
We
why you
have
keep
two-
them disassembled?
I'm sorry, what's that?
Is that why you keep them disassembled in your drawer?
No, they're made that way so they're easier to clean.
Right.
I can
Oh,
put them
okay.
Yeah, we've got two of them in our
Right.
house, in our kitchen.
We also have two of them, at least.
every time they want scissors, they say, hand me the scissors from the kitchen. And I say, no, that's not what those scissors are for. Go find
Yeah.
some other scissors.
One of ours is a Fisker, which is you can't buy them anymore. The other
Right.
one is just a generic that came with a carving set. The Fiskers, of course, are the better of the two.
So did Fiskars go
No,
out
they
of
just quit
business?
making that particular style of scissors.
Oh,
They still make scissors and cutting instruments, but not those kitchen scissors.
no.
Yeah. Which is just disappointing because they're really good. They cut through everything, you know. You can use them to cut through pieces of meat and all sorts of things. They're so good.
Right. All right. So now I'm going to add this frosting to the frosting bag, which is always a challenge to get it in there without making a mess of the bag.
Yep.
Get some muscles built up today.
That's right.
All right.
Is that one of those disposable bags?
But it also is reusable. This one's heavy enough plastic that you can
They got
reuse
a
it. So
bunch, but they're all the old white ones.
I have some white ones, but I chose to use this clear one so you all could see what it looked like.
Good idea. Thank you.
All right, so now our frosting is ready to apply to the cookies. And this looks a little different in color than the chalk. Can you
Yes,
tell the
uh-huh.
difference?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, so this is the chocolate squares that we melted with cream. And this is the buttercream frosting that's butter and confectioner's sugar and powdered cocoa.
Okay.
But it's dark
Yeah,
chocolate. Both
Has a
are-
little bit of vanilla in it too, doesn't it? yes.
Yes, it does.
Okay.
Okay, so now I'm gonna lay out a couple of our cookies. And we're gonna apply. This is where you get your muscles. This is hard work. I don't know how bakers do this all day long, every day.
The exercise.
This is exercise.
We'll
Yeah.
have to ask Dusty.
Okay. So I have filled this cookie with the frosting.
How beautiful.
Add the top
He wasn't there.
and squish it together a little bit.
All right, looks good.
Mm.
Yummy.
So when I was working on this last night, I thought, that raspberry filling that we did
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh.
yeah,
for those other cookies would be really good in these.
yep.
Yep, sure would be.
So we're gonna add frosting to another one. I suspect that doing it with the tube means we'll use more frosting. What do you all think? It's gonna
I
Sorry,
take
what'd you say?
frosting. Gonna take more
Yeah.
frosting to get them
Oh.
frosted.
I see.
And then I'm squishing it down a little bit so that you can see the filling a little bit on the edge.
Yeah.
Mhm. Okay.
All right.
Looks wonderful.
So that
My
is,
tummy just cried out yummy.
what's that, Paulette?
I said, my tummy just said yummy.
Ah. So do y'all have any questions about the recipe? How long is it going to take to arrive?
I'm just grateful.
You see, you collect these.
All right.
Yeah, I'm sure she'll send. Ask her if she's sending.
Say that again, Gail.
I said, and there we have it.
Oh,
those
yeah.
are beautiful.
The chocolate frosted. This is the vanilla frosted. And this is the chocolate cream frosted.
Oh,
Nice.
Yummy.
Yeah.
uh-huh.
Oh, more than yummy.
So let's do another one with the vanilla.
Okay.
Gail, are you going to send this recipe out?
Yes, I will.
Thank you, dear.
You're very welcome. All right, so we're going to put this. So the other thing with using the piping bag is it's going to make it easier not to break the cookies because you're using the pressure of the piping bag to
Right.
apply the
Yeah.
frosting instead of pressing against the cookie. So there we have a second one with the cream.
Okay.
There we
Very
are.
good.
Very
Excellent.
good.
Yeah.
Thanks, Mom.
That's your lunch
Yeah.
for today.
It's our treats.
So your cookies will arrive probably in the next couple of days. Be sure that you have ice cream or milk on hand because I'm sure you're going to want that.
All right.
Oh,
Yes.
good
I think you're right.
Thank you. Gail, we really appreciate you, and it's so good to see you.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So good to be here. I miss you all. And yesterday, Linda and I submitted another application. It's actually for something called MODS Awards, which is a new foundation that gives awards for innovative ideas in dementia care.
Oh,
Oh, good.
So, and we're ahead of the deadline. The deadline is mid-May, I think.
Hmm.
So we're ahead of schedule in our submission.
Good.
We got to check off another submission. So we've actually submitted 4 applications
Good.
Oh, that's great.
while I've been
Outstanding.
away.
It's a
So
lot of hard work.
a lot of hard work, and prayers are appreciated that when the applications are reviewed, they will be seen with favor,
Yes.
will help us to increase what we do and to reach more people with new programs like this program.
Yes.
Excellent. Thank you.
If I can
Absolutely.
help you in any way, let me know. I used to be
Okay.
secretary, so.
All right. Well,
Sweet offer.
thank you very much.
Okay, let's take a look at what's up. Tomorrow, Peggy Spear from the Amon Carter Museum of American Art is going to talk about St. Patrick's Day.
All right.
Maybe she'll
that
have
should
some
be fun.
frosting too.
Pictures of green frosting.
Yeah, or maybe some Jackson Pollock and green, who knows?
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Or we could all be green with envy.
I'm sure you
true.
will. Miss Nancy, we didn't get much of a chance to talk to you. How are you doing today? You're doing fine. Now your microphone is back to its old tricks and we can barely hear you. Can't hear you at all. That's okay. We still love you and see your smile.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. I think a couple of folks are going to stay on here and talk about trains.
Well, about that,
Yes.
Myra has reminded me that I was remembering the garage we had about a month and a half ago, and at that point we actually got rid of my trains. So
Oh, no. Oh, I'm sorry.
so
You should have let me know.
I wish I would have,
Yeah, I should have.
Oh,
but
what, Nancy? He'll go with, about cleaning up her kitchen.
sure,
Sure.
if that's what she's gonna do.
Okay.
Well, actually, I'm going to bake off the rest of the cookies first.
Okay.
Yay. Gentlemen, do y'all need to stay on? Do you want to stay on?
I don't have anything to show, Steve, so,
Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
so I forgot we got rid of it.
Oh,
Right.
I said, I wish you'd let me know. I probably would have taken it.
I bet I wish I would have thought of that.
Yeah, that's all right. That's all right.
With our family.
If you ever want to, you live up in the Hearst area, right? Close to Hearst?
North Richland Hills, yeah.
Because there's a really good train store in Hearst, model train crossing,
Oh.
right off of Pipeline Road.
Okay,
And we could meet up there sometime and we just,
okay,
just talk,
okay.
That sounds
walk
like
around,
hilarious.
let
Good.
them talk to you about things if you ever want to get into trains or think about it, or just even
Sounds-
just interested in it.
Yeah.
Whether
Yeah.
you want to get into it or not, just in.
Yeah. You can be
They-
interested in it and not have to have a
Right,
setup.
right.
That's right.
Because they've got some displays set up and I think there's a couple more train shows coming up in this next year. I'll let you guys know when I know. I think
Okay.
there's
Thank
one.
you.
Too.
I think
Thank
there's
you.
one in Plano in October. Big train show, that type of thing. So I'll let you guys
Is-
know.
Is
Okay.
that one in Plano at the Collin County?
I don't remember where it is this year. There was one, but I think it's already passed. It was at the Shriner Hospital. They had it set up. I think that's already gone. I think the next one is actually in October, and I don't remember where it is in Plano.
Well, you'll
It could be
find
at the
out.
Collins Center.
You'll let us know.
Yeah, I'll let you know.
Yeah.
Hey,
Well,
what
folks-
was that? What was
Yes.
that song that went, trains and boats and planes will bring my love to me?
There is one
Don't know.
from the 50s.
Yeah, 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 yeah. I'm old. It goes back.
Research that one, Paulette. You can let us know.
Oh, okay. I have my assignment. I have my homework assignment now.
That's right.
Are you talking about the one that says you can reach me by rail car, you can reach me by plane?
Oh, that's true.
There's
Oh,
two of them. Yeah, that's a different one.
Planes will bring my love to me. You have to pardon the voice
They're
there.
different songs.
Different songs.
Yeah.
So the one I was thinking of was on the radio a lot right after my husband went into the military.
Oh.
And it used to just make me cry.
Oh, no.
Just get here soon is what it said, right? Gail?
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
just, I don't care how you get here, just get here soon.
Yeah.
Yes,
yes.
folks. you
That
have a
was it.
wonderful day.
All
Thank
right.
you,
Thank
you
you,
too.
Bye-bye.
buddy.
Bye.
See y'all
Bye.
tomorrow with Peggy.
All right.
Good to
Peter.
see you all today.
Thank
Good to
you.
see
You
you.
too, Gail.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.